Hello, YOGATXers. This is Carolyn Ray here, and I'm going to share some hip relief yoga today, really also focusing on some of the IT band and tension that happens in the knees and the legs because they're connected. Everything's related here. So working through that and just remembering to breathe, come back to your breath. If you're feeling any tension or pain, move out of the pose, use a prop, do what you need to do. Don't overstrain yourself on this one. So that being said, go ahead and find a place on your mat. And we're gonna start in a child's pose today. So you can have the knees wide, big toes touch, or you can always bring the knees together for your first one if you have any low back pain here. And walk the arms out. Just rest the head on the mat. And we'll take a couple deep breaths here. So if this feels comfortable, you can stay activated and lift the forearms, or you can rest the forearms down, maybe wiggle a little bit and find a little more room in the spine. And go ahead and take a breath in through your nose. And release, and as you release, letting the spine go a little deeper, softening into the mat more. And again, breathing deep in through the nose. And relaxing, exhale, release. So really allow your body to move with the breath like a wave. Let's do one more round of breath. So breathe in through the nose. And exhale to release. You might have noticed you came further down to the mat, or the heart space is closer to the mat. So great job. And now we're gonna walk the hands over. So go ahead and walk both palms over to the left side. You might feel this stretch in or near the armpit. Just let that be a full stretch all the way down that right side. Option to bring the right hand over the left hand, or just bring the thumbs together, making a W here. And again, we'll take a couple deep breaths, breathing in and out. Anchor that left hip down and back. And one more. I'm really feeling that sensation in the armpit, so if you are too, that's okay. Breathe in and release. Awesome. And gently walk the hands out, find that center place, and then from there, stretching out towards your right. You can bring the thumbs together here, or bring the left hand on top of the right. And you might have a different flexibility here, so just noticing how you can balance the sides. I'm gonna actually walk it back a little bit here. And take a breath in. And release, soften that heart closer to the earth. Lengthening the spine. And really anchor down in that right hip, make some adjustments, and then one more breath in. And release, exhale. Awesome job, yogis, keeping up with the breath here, back to center. And then as we inhale, we'll bring ourselves up, finding a tabletop position here, making sure that our knees are right underneath our hips. And sometimes people end up here, so really bring the wrist a little bit closer in. Engage the navel so it comes up towards the spine a little bit more. And then imagine there's some Velcro on those feet, and really stick the feet to the top of the mat here, okay? And we'll just have a couple wags of the tail, so just bringing the hips right and left. Awesome. And then this is one of my favorite oblique hip stretchers. So we're gonna walk our hands over to the right, and really, like I said, fasten those feet into the mat here. Go to where you start to feel stretch, and then just gently look back at the toes. And breathe. If you want a little bit more, you can cross this hand out to stretch that left side. If that feels a little weird, you can come back. And one more breath here. And release. And walk it back to center and other side. Again, this might have a different range of motion on each side. That's okay. Adjust as you need to. We'll take 2 breaths here, breathing in and out. Again, maybe moving that top hand, that right hand over the left if you'd like. And another breath in and release. Awesome job coming to center. Now we're gonna rinse the spine with some cat-cow. So as we breathe in, drop the belly, start to flex the thoracic spine towards the lumbar spine. And then as you breathe out, really push that navel all the way up and through, round the back like cat, drop the chin. 2 more like that. Drop the belly, roll spine, spinal space to spinal space. And exhale, making the spine curve. And again, finding the space between each vertebrae here. Inhale, breathe in. And last one, exhale, round the back. Awesome job. And from here, we'll go to our down dog. So we wanna bring our hands out a little bit, spread all 10 fingers, and start to straighten the legs, maybe even having a slight bend here till you really get into the right position here. We want feet about hips width distance apart. And you wanna take up space on the mat, so really let your body be long. And starting to pedal out the feet with the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Pop in the toes if you need. And let that heart really come towards the thighs. Relax the head, maybe even shake out some yeses or some nos. Notice that the heels might be ready to sink a little deeper now. And feel free to open the mouth, open the jaw, close it, stick out the tongue, whatever feels good for you here. Looking at all 10 toes, we're gonna take some small baby steps towards the top of the mat to your forward fold. First, finding a little ragdoll, so just shaking it out, finding opposite elbows, whatever feels good in your body today. If there's any tension in the neck, you can shake it out. And as you inhale, start to lengthen the hips up towards the sky, straightening the legs. Exhale, come closer to the legs. Awesome job. And then we're gonna inhale for our half lift. So extending through, this doesn't have to be major. This can just be a little extension of the spine here. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Awesome job. And we'll inhale, we'll come all the way up. Hastasana, arms raise up. Maybe a little back bend. And exhale, hands to heart center. You can shut the eyes. Just take a breath here. Roll the shoulders a couple of times. The shoulders and the hips are like cousins, so we want to love on both of them. And setting an intention for your relief today. What does it mean to be free in your hips, free in the lower limbs, free in the legs and feet? And maybe just an intention for your day. Awesome, let the hands come down. Reach up, look up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. I like to kind of whistle sometimes. That helps me flow with my breath a little more. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold it in, step it back, plank pose. So we're gonna build some heat here in the core, maybe shift a little right and left, or you can find some circles. Really let the shoulders be broad here. Imagine a little fire on your mat. You don't wanna touch the fire. So really lift yourself up as much as possible. And when you're ready, lower down for 3, 2, 1, all the way, good job. Stretch out those legs, inhale the heart forward, baby cobra. Exhale, release, long spine, great job. And we'll inhale back to that child's pose just as we started, maybe noticing a little bit more freedom here in the hips. And from here, we're gonna transform into a downward dog. So you can do this through tabletop, whatever is the route for you. Maybe pedaling it out again. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift the right foot behind you, keeping the toes down here, okay? So if you'd like, you can bring your hands a little closer and really focus on opening up the back of that standing foot, that left foot. Or you can stay with your hands extended in down dog. And we'll take 2 breaths here. Raising it higher, breathe in and out. Awesome job. Bring that knee in. Cat pose, bring the knee towards the nose. And we'll send it back. Finding a little more space. Inhale, bring that leg forward and all the way through. Setting up for our low lunge here, okay? I'm gonna lower your back knee. Option to stay up on the toes or drop the toe. I kind of play with that, so just move and change as you need to here. Inhale, find a focus point, bring the arms up. See, now I'm feeling that pressure on my knees, so feel free to drop that foot. Woo, keeping the balance here. And we're gonna open the arms, cactus arms, and bend forward. Release the tension in the shoulders. Noticing the hips. Inhale, back up. And exhale into our half split. This one, for me at least, when I do a lot of half split, it really helps with my hip pain, tight IT band, tight knees, chain reaction all the way down. So half split can be intense, but it's really helpful to really release that hamstring, get the legs feeling happy again. And then we want to get that IT band as well. So we're going to bring our hands to the outside. If you still can't feel it, which I highly doubt, but you never know, you could have a flexible IT band. You can bring your right hand behind you, or you can come up and look at that right thumb, really push down in that left foot to the mat. And or you can stay here. Yogi's choice. We'll take one more breath wherever you're at, breathing in and release. Almost think of this as a wringing out. We're moving away from that muscle. And come back to recentering. Now we're gonna bend again. So we're creating some fluidity in the hips here. And exhale, half split. We'll do this 2 more times. So we're flowing back and forth here. Ready? Inhale, coming forward. And exhale, half split. Oh yeah, you can feel it. Breathe. You're doing a great job. Last one coming up. And exhale, toes flex towards the face. Great job walking it back. Come up on that back foot and we'll reach the fingers, right fingers up towards the sky. Keep the glute down here, so we want to make sure that we're not opening that. Keep that parallel to the ground. You can look up or you can keep eyes down or neck neutral here. Take a breath in, reach. And exhale, release. We're gonna wrap ourselves into a little twist. So make yourself into a little pretzel. Bring that left arm up. And we'll reach up for an inhale. And we'll exhale just a little more into our twist. One more big breath in, reach up, tall spine. Exhale, relax the shoulders, twist a little deeper. Again, that navel is staying engaged. It's working with you in your twist here. And we'll go ahead and untwist yourself. Take your time. Coming back to our lunge here, and we'll find a plank. And we'll hold this for a few seconds here, so really engage. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Inhale the heart forward, maybe even lifting the hands this time. Elbows aimed back. Exhale, release. And inhale, making your way back. However feels good, finding a little child's pose here. And just breathing, coming back to that intention. And make your way to downward facing dog. Again, you can bring the hands a little bit closer as you bring the left leg up. Ooh, we got some pops going on here. And really emphasize the stretch in the back of that right leg. Great job. Inhale, hold your leg wherever it's at. Exhale, go a little deeper, maybe a tiny bit higher up. One more breath here. And exhale, scrub it up a little more. And inhale, come towards, bring that knee towards your nose. Little cat pose here. And release. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, bring it all the way forward between the hands. Oh, yeah, that's good. And go ahead and rest that back knee down. And again, you can find your preference with keeping the toes up or down here. Inhale, nice and steady, up. Exhale, cactus arms, come forward, making sure that knee doesn't go past the ankle here. Keeping good body mechanics. And inhale, reach up towards the sky. Half split, bringing the hands to frame the foot. So really wanting to keep the hips center, your center of gravity nice and aligned here. Great job. We're going to open up that IT band on our left side so you can bring the hands on the outside. And you can always modify if this is challenging for you. You can add a block or a bolster here as well. So know that. And again, if you want a little bit more, you can come up and find your fingers reaching towards the back. Or you can always stay. Nice IT band stretch here. And then maybe even bringing the toes over to the right like you're wringing something out. And we'll take 2 more breaths here. So breathing in and breathing out. Going a little deeper. Breathing in and out. Great job, and your sides probably feel very different. That's okay. Coming back to center here, we'll do the same routine coming up. Inhaling, opening that hip flexor. And exhale, half split. And the more you flex your toes towards your face, the more you're gonna feel that. So if you're pretty relaxed here, you might not feel an intense stretch in the soleus or the part of the calf muscle, so really stretch those toes towards the face. Inhale, come forward. Woo. And, oh, that's a good one. Exhale, half split. Great job, yogis. Go all the way to your edge. And open it up. Excellent job. Coming back to frame that foot. Coming up on those back toes. And this time we'll lift our left fingers to the sky. Keeping that glute down. Reach, reach, reach as you breathe in. And exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, coming back to that framed foot. And we're gonna twist into pretzel towards our left foot. Bringing that right hand up, kind of cartwheel arms here for a little twist. Inhale, reach up. Finding the space between the spine, space, just creating that space for yourself. So use your breath here as you exhale, go a little deeper. See where you're at. You can stop there or go a little more. We'll take one more breath. Relax the shoulders down. And finding our full twist here. Now we'll inhale back this way. Awesome job. Finding that same lunge and bringing ourselves back. This time to downward facing dog. So walking the feet out here. Find that full expression of down dog, and then we're gonna either hop, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Keep the neck down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, relax. Relax the tension, shake it out. Inhale, push down towards the mat with your feet as you rise. And we'll gently grab onto the left wrist. Find a little crescent moon, just a mini one. Inhale up, sinking low to those obliques again. And coming over to the left. Back to center. Nice and easy, flow it down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Awesome job. We're gonna keep the right foot forward and we're gonna send the left foot back. Just like we're in a low lunge, but we're actually gonna set up for lizard pose here. So go ahead and walk out that right foot as far as you'd like. You really feel the tension there. You can find a little twist over the shoulders if you'd like. If not, you can bring down your left leg and find the expression of lizard pose. This one can be really intense sometimes, so don't feel like you need to go super far down. Even if you're here, you can have the fingers forward and the heart forward and feel just as much of a stretch. It's just gonna be in a little bit of a different part of the hip. If you wanna go to the forearms, that's great. So we'll take a couple rounds of breath here. Also, if you want more, you can give that knee a little push out to the side. Breathing in. And release. Come back to the breath. Breathing in. And exhale. Ooh. Sometimes it's not till those breaths start going that we move in the pose and we go a little deeper. So if you need to, do another round of breath. And then as you're ready to come out of this, take a nice big inhale. Come up on that back foot. And we're gonna cross it across the street here. Across the mat. Pigeon pose. And I always like to make sure my leg is behind me in the line. Sometimes our legs like to do different things. And we'll find a proud pigeon here. So really inhaling up nice and tall. And then exhale to lower down. If this is intense on your back knee, you can find a little Z sit here. It's just gonna shift your weight and you're gonna wanna take your arms out to the left. That could feel nice. And if you love pigeon pose, then rock on, stay here. And this one you can even come as far down as you'd like. So you can bring the head to the mat. If you have a bolster or a block, you can use that. And this is just a great time to close the eyes. And as weird as it may sound, listen to the hips. What's coming out of there? What's releasing? There's a lot of intense emotions that get hidden and stored away in our hips. So if you need to cry, laugh, whatever you need, this is your space to do that. And we'll take a breath. We'll let it go. One more in. And out. Excellent. Take your time as we move up and out. Nice and gentle here. We just went into a pretty deep stretch, so be easy on yourself. As you come out, we want to really lift and create space and let this leg move back. We're gonna bring it behind us and open up the hip this time. Try to keep your upper body parallel to the mat. You can find a straight leg, bent leg, a wild thing, whatever your heart desires. Just moving that blood flow. Getting that fresh blood flow into the hip joint. And meeting yourself back in downward dog. Awesome job. Go ahead and bend the knees if you want to try a little hop, or you can walk up to the top of the mat. And we're just gonna roll it up this time. Roll it up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, we're gonna flow it down. Excellent job. Let's make it even. So we're gonna take that right foot back, find our lizard, walk it out. Most likely your hips are very different, so listen to yourself here where you wanna go. When you find that spot, you can lower the knee. If you wanna stay up, you can find a twist. Whatever feels good. Inhale, bring the heart forward. And if you wanna try going to another bus stop, you can go down to the forearms. And naturally, that knee might start already wanting to go out. I know mine does, so if that happens, just let it happen, let it be. If not, that's okay too. And let's take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale, relax. One more big breath in. And relax. Amazing. Come on up to the hands. Come on up to your lunge. Walk it over. And find that pigeon. Again, gonna feel different, most likely, than your first side. Just accepting, acknowledging that. Give yourself a big inhale here as you reach up towards the sky. And exhale, check for alignment on that knee. And exhale the arms, forearms down, whatever feels good. If you're like ready for it, you can just go all the way down. Relax. And our left side certainly holds a lot as well, so feel free to shut the eyes down for a moment and go internal. And without the mind interfering, just seeing what comes up. Maybe that's not anything, and that's okay. You can just breathe. We'll do 2 more full rounds of breath here, breathing in. And exhale, release. And breathe it in. And exhale, let it go. Last breath, biggest breath yet. Breathe it in. And release. Amazing job. Slowly as you breathe in, come on up, straighten the arms out. Opening up that hip flexor again. And we want to make room here. So again, slowly coming up and back. Let that left leg, I don't know if you heard that pop, but I hope you did, because it was a very good pop. Celebrating the good pops. And anything you want to do here that might feel good, a wild thing, or just opening up that hip joint. We really want to get the blood flowing back, fresh blood flow to the hip. And 1 down dog here, 1 breath here, breathe it in. Let it go. And we're gonna walk ourselves into a seated position here. And just gonna do a little bit of a reverse. So find a little tabletop here and we'll lift the hips. So it's gonna wake up your triceps and open your hips in a little bit of a different way. So breathe it in, lift the hips up, preference on how you want your hands. Sometimes this is nice. If you want more triceps, you can turn the fingers away from you. And we'll breathe in. Exhale, hold. One more breath, breathe in. And exhale, slowly come down. And coming back to just where we started. Find a nice comfortable seat, a tall spine. And go ahead and bring your hands right in the middle of your sternum here, hands to heart center. And just doing a little body scan. Maybe bring a smile to the face and just giving yourself that acknowledgement and gratitude for doing this work for yourself, for your hips, and offering yourself some relief and some self-care for this new year. So, such an honor to guide you through this healing practice. And go ahead and bow your head down towards the heart, in the heart space. Giving yourself that moment of thanks. And namaste. Awesome, y'all. I hope that felt as good for you as it felt for me teaching it. And there is much more of that to come. So stay tuned in with us here at YOGATX. You can find me on Instagram at Carolyn Ray Rise if you enjoyed this video, and of course on YOGATX. Y'all have an amazing rest of your day, weekend, wherever you're at in the world. Sending you my love. Bye for now.